Today we are going to be doing an unboxing of the GPX Superlight 2. It just came in the mail right now and I'm so freaking excited. Let's start opening this because I feel like a kid at Christmas. I am so hyped. So I tried this mouse out at Best Buy, which is something I wish I did long ago, and man, it just felt so comfortable, and oh my gosh, there she is. Forgive me if the camera isn't set up properly. It's my first time doing something like that, but dang, that is pretty freaking nice. GPX Superlight 2. There we go. You see all the specs right there. You've probably seen that before if you've been looking around, but geez, that is some nice packaging, and it's all sealed up. Here we go. Let's be very gentle. I'm going to be surgical. And nice. Packaging is really nice from my first Logitech mouse. And let's see. Alright, there we go. Oh buddy. So I got the black version because that was the first one available. I might get it in white later on because white just looks really nice, especially on like a black mouse pad. But man, dang. Oh boy. So a little plastic here at the bottom. And so I'm super hyped about this mouse because this is my first GPX. I know a lot of people have had the original version of this mouse for 3 years, so I am super late to this party, but that is why I am so hyped about this mouse. And right away, geez, yeah, the shape. The shape is the big reason why I'm changing from the Viper V2 Pro. And that big reason is that this hump here is like little non-existent. It just doesn't lock in for me. And this mouse, like I said, when I tried it, I tried a demo at Best Buy, it just really locks in so much better. So I know the shape and the look of it is, you know, it might actually be the same as the original GPX one. But there's nothing really too much new to look at, with the exception from what I've seen is these skates are a little different. These go straight up where the originals curve around. But man, that is, I'm sorry, I'm just like kind of gawking. I'm losing my mind. Can't even talk right now. I'm just like so excited for this thing. And yeah, so the technology, I know they've upgraded the sensor and upgraded the mouse clicks. Oh, let's try the mouse clicks for the first time. So that's pretty nice. It's I've read that some people say that they're a little tough, but that's not that tough. It's maybe a little bit tougher than my Viper V2 Pro, but this has also been a year long of daily and heavy usage. In terms of like difficulty to click, maybe a tiny bit harder to click, but it like bounces back like really quickly. I feel like I can actually click on this one faster right away. Okay, so this feels immediately more snappy. Like there's a little bit of pre-travel click, and there's like no post-travel. That is way snappier actually than the Viper V2 Pro. Now that I'm going back and forth, this feels mushier, way mushier. Like okay, so there's pre-travel click, mushy. The post-travel, which is really mushy on the Viper V2 Pro. That is something I never even noticed or was apparent until I noticed now how clicky this is. Side buttons. Side buttons are nice. They're kind of mushy. I can feel the pre-travel. There's a little pre-travel. The very small pre-travel, which is nice, but then the post-travel is mushy. It's pretty mushy. I can actually push it in. Let's see if I can show that on camera. Right, there's the click, and then it's still pushing it. You see how much more I can push it in? There's a lot of post-travel on those side clicks. A lot of them. A lot of post-travel. I'm not a huge fan of that post-travel after. But the pre-travel's nice. I think that's actually really nice. The pre-travel on all of these clicks seem very, very nice. And I typically don't use side buttons at all because I feel like it interferes with my aim. That may or may not change depending on how I hold and use this mouse, so we'll have to see there. The Viper V2 Pro, there's actually a lot of post-travel on that as well too, but I actually like the side buttons better on the V2 Pro compared to the GPX. Yeah, okay. So, you know what? I'm definitely happy with these because, I mean, this is what I'm spamming. Like I said, I don't even use that. It's not unusable by any means. It's still fine, and I'm sure it's going to function just fine. But that's just my initial thoughts. Scroll wheel. It's pretty nice. It's pretty easy to move. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so when I'm clicking down, which would be mouse 3, clicking down on the mouse wheel there, there's no click, but there's a very tactile feel of when I click down on it, and it's very obvious, so I can definitely feel click, 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 click. Yeah, it's a little mushy, but it's still there, and you know, it's a mouse wheel, which I do use in-game as like a third button, but I think that should be just fine. I'm slightly concerned that the mouse wheel is very easy to use because, so I'll use the mouse wheel for one keybind, and then I have mouse wheel up and mouse wheel down for different keybinds. So typically when I hit the center mouse wheel, I don't want it to go up or down. And this mouse wheel does activate pretty easily, where this one, it's a little bit more tension to roll forward and roll back. Not by much, maybe just a tiny bit more. So I might just be nitpicky there, but that's actually kind of nice. That's interesting. Okay, see, yeah, I did it once right there. I was clicking down on it, and I scrolled it one click up by accident. So that's kind of interesting. I'll have to keep in mind that, or might maybe change some keybinds. I've been talking about this too long. I'm sure you guys want to see the rest of the unboxing. Let's go and open up other stuff. Sorry, this is just initial impressions. Okay, we got that. Put that over here for now. Actually, I don't want that to fall. Got a nice box. I hope this stuff, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm geeking out so hard that some of the stuff may or may not have been in frame as well. Let's see what the cable is like. Upgraded USB-C cable, which I know has been a major complaint of a lot of people and way outdated, way too long. And let's see, we got most likely some paperwork in here. Okay, different puck, which I believe works with PowerPlay, which is actually really cool technology. I'm kind of considering getting PowerPlay later on, which is wireless charging through the Logitech mouse pad. Grips. Oh, wow. Those actually feel nice. They feel rubberized, but like sticky in a weird way. In a good way. That actually feels nice. And man, this is one of my things that I like, but don't like, is that I'm glad all these companies are coming with grip tape. This is the grip tape on the V2 Pro here, but these companies are not adding grip for the palm, which I feel like is one of the most important parts. So you have, you know, side grips here, and these are for the mouse clicks. But I don't have any grip here, which is what I want to like stabilize on. So I'll probably get some aftermarket grip later. I'm definitely going to upgrade the mice feet later on as well. That's something I do on all mice, and I definitely recommend that. But these grips actually feel quite nice. One thing I really want to say is that when you guys install these grips, this is super important. Get Q-tips and rubbing alcohol, and you want to rub the rubbing alcohol where you're going to apply it, and then don't touch it. Let it air dry, and you can see the alcohol evaporate, and then apply the grip. And so as long as the adhesive from the company is good enough, you know, it should last a very long time. So the grip actually feels very, very nice. I'm definitely going to use these grips, and I'm excited. That's better than I was expecting. Yeah, that actually feels better, I think, than the Viper V2 Pro. These are like, you can see the little diamonds, and these were protruded out pretty good when I got it, but these are worn down by like, I don't know, maybe 25% or more. So it's still grippy, and it's better than like the coating here. And so my hands get sweaty because I'm a sweat. I play Warzone. And then, yeah, no, this is really nice grip tape. So I guess the next thing I'll talk about is the feel, at least compared to the Viper V2 Pro here. And man, I gotta say, this feels like one solid piece, where I believe it's not. I believe it's at the seams. You know, you got the shell and then the bottom for the most part. But with the Viper V2 Pro, like, there's a little bit of creaking if I push like really hard, but just like holding the mouse, like I can tell that it's like two-piece. And I don't want to say it feels cheap, but it doesn't feel like premium. Like, it feels solid. It feels completely solid and locked down, but just, I don't know if it's just the way it's molded or the plastic that they use. This feels like one solid piece. This feels very, very solid all around. I have no creaking. There's no creaking anywhere whatsoever. No creaking. I can't get it to creak. That was the button. Dude, that feels awesome. Man, I don't know why people are complaining about the mouse clicks. Those clicks feel nice. I haven't tried the GPX 1, so maybe that's why. Maybe those clicks are like phenomenally better. But these are supposed to be like Lightforce switches, which is really good technology according to Logitech. But we'll have to wait and see. We got the manual. Oh, lighting, okay, let's pay attention to the lighting there. It's gonna open up here. Okay, there you go. We get a quick look at that. And then we have the dongle as well too. And then one thing I want to check out as well is how is this cable? Because one thing I do with all my wired mouses, I always Paraflex as the custom cable so that, you know, it's almost like as wireless as possible. And obviously I'm not going to play with it wired unless I forget to charge it, which does happen. This cable actually immediately feels awful. I don't think I would ever want to play with this cable. Just feeling this. Yeah, no, this is definitely not designed to play with. And you know what? That might be something to say about Logitech's confidence in the battery life of this thing, because the battery life in this thing is fantastic. But I will give that one to the Viper V2 Pro. This cable is like a Paraflex cable, not as good as like a custom one. But I've played with this one on the Viper V2 Pro, and it's, like I said, not the best, but it's playable. This cable, you can see it's not even like a paracord or Paraflex cable. This is just like a straight plastic cable. Like, it's hard. That's awful. Like, I would never play with that. So not really an issue because I'm going to keep it charged, but something to keep in mind. So yeah, that's the unboxing. I'm gonna set this thing up and I'm gonna jump on Aim Labs and I'm gonna jump on Warzone and I'm gonna have a dandy old time. I can't wait to get more mouse feet for this. These feet look pretty dang thin. They do seem smooth for the most part, and they're supposed to be PTFE as well. But I always upgrade the mouse feet anyway because I feel like that's an upgrade that just needs to happen. I don't even know how to take that out. I'm gonna have to look at the manual for that. So yeah, that's the unboxing. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, feel free to comment down below. I'm a pretty small channel, so I'll most likely be able to answer all the comments. And yeah, this is my first unboxing. These are my initial thoughts. I hope this helps, and I hope you guys like it. And thanks for giving me a chance. I really appreciate it. Oh man, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna go play. Goodbye.